Hello, welcome friends to the sections of cardiology, the study of the heart. This is Dr. Jaitly. I'll be talking to you about, in this clip, a very interesting syndrome or a clinical condition that one comes across, especially during the holiday times. I know holidays are for celebrations, holidays are for thankfulness to the Almighty and to each other, and etc., etc. It's a good time, but unfortunately, soon after the holidays, what transpires is not something healthy. And that's called holiday heart syndrome. What is it? It is a syndrome or a condition seen after the holiday partying, if you will, from acute heavy drinking that leads to regular rhythm in otherwise totally normal people or normal hearts. And that is the irony. The people are total normal. In other words, they are young individuals, young normal hearts, and they go out and acutely get indulged or involved in heavy drinking and develop acute arrhythmias, sometimes life-threatening, called atrial fibrillation or atrial flutter, which are the commonest right now. Sometimes there is a drug abuse history also prevalent in some certain cases. ER visits are fairly common during these holiday times, and one sees, unfortunately, students after students coming into the ER as a result of this binge drinking and resulting into the so-called holiday heart syndrome. The rhythm disturbances are shown here in this screen. You have a normal rhythm, beat, 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 but you see how fast this one is, almost twice the rate? That's called atrial flutter. And here the rhythm is irregular, and that's called atrial fibrillation. Beat, 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 beat. So that's irregular. Well, some of this is really preventable. In fact, we should be making these campuses and the dorms and the people on the university campuses very aware. So awareness is extremely important to prevent the illness. Strong vigilance is required on part of the university campuses, and you'll be surprised how many young budding live ears can be saved. Obviously, it's a huge burden to the society, to the families, and to the medical costs ultimately, but more importantly to the career of the budding young students, if you will. And they're all bright, they're all healthy, and they're all aspiring to achieve their careers. And so certainly holidays are meant for enjoyment, but be leery of the fact that this is extremely an important entity that fairly commonly seen and on campuses and in the neighboring dorms, etc., where the hospitals are inundated at times, if you will, with the ER visits from young individuals. And it's very painful to see how a young individual can deteriorate rather so quickly in a matter of hours and result into atrial fibrillation and atrial flutter. Now, many times, if the person stops drinking, the rhythm will go back to normal. But the fact is that life-threatening arrhythmias, sometimes accidents, suicides, and other crimes can be prevented if one prevents this binge drinking that goes on, especially during the holiday times. And that's why the term is coined as holiday heart syndrome, because it has a special connotation or relation to the holiday partying. Well, I hope you enjoyed this section and you learned something out of this. We'll be talking more interesting aspects as we move along. Thank you for your attention, and see you again. Bye.